Caritas News on the Go, the Social Action Network's news and public affairs online show featuring national newsmakers and our team Caritas from the 85 social action centers nationwide. Live at Caritas Philippines social media channels, Fridays 9 to 10 o'clock in the morning. Caritas News on the Go.
Good morning, I'm Jean Ray Henderson and this is Caritas News on the Go. We are joined by one of our partners from Caritas Australia. Joseph is here with us in the Philippines. Joseph, good morning and welcome. Welcome to Caritas Philippines Academy. What brought you to the Philippines?
Philippines trip has been being planned for a long time, and it is one of the attempts of Caritas Australia to build stronger relationship with Caritas Philippines. And also the additional purpose of coming here is to see how Caritas Indonesia and Caritas Philippines can be linked up for accompaniment strengthening in Indonesia, where Caritas Australia is working with Carina, which is Caritas Indonesia. So we are trying to see how between the two Caritas, National Caritas, we can build up fraternal cooperation and also tap into a very rich resource of Caritas Philippines Academy, which is already doing the accompaniment for their diocese, and we are exploring options where there is a potential to see if diocesan directors from Indonesia diocese can come here for their immersion program and also basic knowledge and experience about how to run a development organization, development concept and humanitarian concept, which we learned yesterday and through previous conversation about how strong Caritas Philippines is in this. And there are many similarities which we observe between Philippine experience and what Carina in Indonesia is going through. So we see a strong linkage and overlap in their experience, and the rich experience of Caritas Philippines we feel would be very beneficial for Caritas Indonesia.
I think in the later part of the program we will also be having Father Freddy to talk about the sort of a learning exchange between Caritas Philippines and Caritas Indonesia. But for the meantime, for Caritas Australia, we've known you since Haiyan, like personally for me, since Haiyan when you helped us with donor liaison, with fundraising, with even communications, when you helped us with the first communication courses we offered at Caritas Philippines. But you also are very strong in terms of safeguarding, in terms of ecology. Has that direction changed over the past years, or you are still strongly pursuing that?
Actually, they have become our strategic direction for the new Caritas Australia strategy. And safeguarding is for us a non-negotiable across the program, humanitarian, and also through our accompaniment approach. And we are looking at that very, I meant to say, a very strategic option for us. There is, and we are putting a lot of effort and resources to ensure that our programs and our partners are strong in safeguarding. And in regarding to other aspects, the gender aspect is always strong, and one of our strategic direction is to see that the women are the key participants and lead the development and thrive. So that safeguarding gender is always a top priority for us.
Okay, so even like for example in the Philippines when you do the fraternal cooperation, is this also something that you're looking for in your partners? Because we know that it's not only Caritas Philippines that you're working with in the country.
Yes. I think what we are looking at is a fraternal cooperation which has being more prioritized now by CI, and we would like to contribute to CI's purpose of building fraternal cooperation. And for us, we have been working on that fraternal cooperation for a long time, and that is where our accompaniment approach comes in, where our partners are the national Caritas in every country where we work. And also we are trying to see how we build up our coordination and relationship with other CI members working in the country. So for example, we have a program with CRS in Philippines and Indonesia on ecology. So we are seeing how we can bring the National Caritas of Indonesia as well as Caritas Philippines into this program and be a part of advocacy and learning capacity building for National Caritas. So for us, fraternal cooperation has always been there, and now our efforts as a part of our accompaniment and localization are also taking a next level of, I would say, importance. So it has always been there. Now we are calling it fraternal cooperation more and more, but for us that will always be an important aspect of our work.
Last question, Joseph, because there has been a lot of talk in terms of fraternal cooperation, in terms of really empowering the local Caritas or the national Caritas, and then making sure that they are involved even in planning and designing, and not only as a donor-recipient relationship. So how did this came about is in terms of Caritas Australia's policy for fraternal cooperation, on fraternal cooperation.
Yeah. I think for us, when we are listening more and more to our partners and National Caritas partners, we are realizing they are much more advanced in their thinking and strategic planning way ahead than certain programmatic interventions that we were supporting them earlier. So when we look at that, so our value addition is more if we collaborate and partner with National Caritas on areas where they are strategizing and prioritizing. For example, in Philippines, ecology, the climate change is a big one. So, and of course, the capacity building of the Caritas, diocesan Caritas in Philippines is a big one, which is equivalent to the accompaniment within the country. So we would like to see how we can be a reliable and a good partner as per the priorities of the National Caritas. So that is how we are looking at our fraternal cooperation and accompaniment, so that there is a good sync and alignment between Caritas Australia and what the National Caritas does and our partners prefer to do. So that is how we would like to be a true partner as per the priorities of our National Caritas and other local partners.
And we are really seeing a good shift, a positive shift between Caritas member organizations in terms of really putting into practice fraternal cooperation and also the localization agenda that we have been talking about. Thank you very much, Joseph, for giving us this opportunity to talk with you, and also we are looking forward with you coming back in the Philippines, not only for the 10th anniversary of Typhoon Haiyan, but also in the many things that we will be collaborating on with Caritas Philippines and Caritas Indonesia. Later on, we will be having Father Freddy of Caritas Indonesia here at Caritas News on the Go.
Thank you.
Caritas News on the Go, the Social Action Network's news and public affairs online show featuring national newsmakers and our team Caritas from the 85 social action centers nationwide. Live at Caritas Philippines social media channels, Fridays 9 to 10 o'clock in the morning. Caritas News on the Go.
Pilipinas ay isa sa mga bansang nakakaranas ng iba't ibang kalamidad. Sa loob ng isang taon ay meron tayong humigit kumulang sa 20 bagyo na dumadaan sa ating bansa. Madalas ding mayroong pagguho ng lupa, malawakang baha, lindol, sunog at iba pa. Sa kasalukuyan ay mas pinalala pa ito dahil sa pandemya. Isa sa mga gawain ng Caritas Philippines ay ang pangunahan ang pagtugon ng mga pangangailangan ng naapektuhang kalamidad ng iba't ibang humanitarian crisis. Ang Caritas ay nagbibigay ayuda sa pamamagitan ng emergency relief assistance. Bukod sa emergency relief, nagbibigay rin tayo ng ayuda para sa early recovery ng mga komunidad na naapektuhan, tulad ng pagbibigay ng pabahay at kabuhayan. Kasama din dito ang iba't ibang capacity building and community organizing upang maihanda ang mga diocese at komunidad. Tayong lahat ay magkaisa, mag-alay kapwa para sa alay sa katugunan sa kalamidad.
Dahil sa mataas na antas ng kahirapan sa Pilipinas, malaki ang suliranin sa kakulangan sa sapat na pagkain at kawalan ng sustainableng hanapbuhay. Hangad ng Caritas Philippines na matulungan ang iba't ibang sektor sa agrikultura upang mapataas ang produksyon at ani at maibenta ang produkto sa tamang halaga at merkado upang mapaunlad ang bawat pamilya at komunidad. Halina at sama-sama tayong maging bahagi ng pag-aalay para sa kabuhayan ng lahat ng nangangailangan at nasa kahirapan. Sapat na pagkain para sa kalusugan ng lahat at mayamang bukas.
Caritas News on the Go, the Social Action Network's news and public affairs online show featuring national newsmakers and our team Caritas from the 85 social action centers nationwide. Live at Caritas Philippines social media channels, Fridays 9 to 10 o'clock in the morning. Caritas News on the Go.
We are joined today by Father Freddy. I'm sure you remembered him from the interview of Ate Jeannie when she was in Indonesia several weeks before. Father Freddy is the Executive Director, the counterpart of Bishop Colin Bagaforo here in the Philippines. Father Freddy, good morning and welcome to Caritas Philippines Academy.
Good morning.
Okay, so Father Freddy, when the last times that you were essentially with us in the program, you talked about, with Ate Jeannie, you talked about safeguarding and then CIMS and how these processes are actually helping Caritas Indonesia. You mentioned yesterday or last night about the improvement plan that you will be doing. What are the main components of the improvement plan for your CIMS results?
Oh, okay. In Indonesia, we try to implement the recommendation of CIMS, and now step by step, every month we do the action plan for the recommendation, and we start for the policy related to the safeguarding protection, and especially also in how to ensure the staff compliance all the policy and protocol of safeguarding and protection. And we are also preparing now how to strengthen our diocese Caritas. We'll plan to do the immersion program for all directors of Caritas in Indonesia. Especially program come to Philippines, and we will share each others, and we will go deeper about how to work in social pastoral, social action well.
Yeah, because we are also very excited when you approached us. I remember in Thailand when we were doing the fraternal cooperation conference, and then you're mentioning about the possibility of us doing a learning exchange, and then you coming in the Philippines for an immersion with your with your Caritas directors from Indonesia. But how many dioceses, Father, do you have in Indonesia?
We have 37 dioceses.
Okay, 37. So 37 directors would be coming to the Philippines.
Yes, we have. In the first batch of the immersion, we have 37 directors of dioceses who come.
Okay, so we are talking about the second batch, Father.
Yeah, you also prepare maybe some of the board of directors, board of trustee, and some of the bishop which involved in the Caritas, which also come and discuss, sharing, exchange learning with the board of Caritas in Philippines.
And would you foresee to achieve with these learning exchange? Would there be like contents, because essentially we will be doing also an organizational management course for the directors, right? So essentially, would you like to have it see something about on social action management, human resource, safeguarding, and all these thematic frameworks?
Yes, we want to approach the capacity building to the director of Caritas of diocese with the go deeper in the experience, and we want to take them to touch the surface, the work in the field, and we want to know in Philippines how the NASA with the diocese organize the social action for the poor, and also beside of that, we know in Caritas Academy there are completed basic and medium skill knowledge of the Caritas, and I hope my directors of Caritas in Indonesia will also have a comprehensive basic knowledge and skill in managing Caritas at diocese. So I see safeguarding, protection, CIMS, and financial management, project management, ecological justice, social teaching, which you provide in this academy will help us to go deeper, to more understand about the Caritas work, Caritas service, and especially the identity and the mission of the Caritas. That's a very important things we want to sure to the directors. They realize how important Caritas to work with the people as a part of the church, Catholic Church.
Correct. And we are very excited, Father, with you coming over for this time, and then next when we actually do the immersion program with our directors at Caritas Indonesia. So we would be looking forward to it, Father, and we will be preparing also everything at the Caritas Philippines Academy side for this one. So again, thank you very much for this opportunity, Father, to be of service to Caritas Indonesia, and we are hoping that when you come, we would really be able to show you around also for the immersion program. This is Father Freddy from Caritas Indonesia. I am Jean Ray Henderson. This is Caritas News on the Go.
Caritas News on the Go, the Social Action Network's news and public affairs online show featuring national newsmakers and our team Caritas from the 85 social action centers nationwide, live at Caritas Philippines social media media channels, Fridays 9 to 10 o'clock in the morning. Caritas News on the go.
Ang alay kapwa para sa katarungan at kapayapaan ay ang kabuuan at layunin ng Episcopal Commission on Social Action, Justice and Peace. Ang layunin ng katarungan at kapayapaan ay tanggalin ang di makatarungang istruktura sa lipunan nakikita natin sa pamagitan ng paglabag sa dangal at karapatan ng mamamayan at kalikasan na nagdudulot ng kahirapan at paghihirap ng mga tao at nagpapatuloy ng di pagkapantay-pantay sa lipunan, kapangyarihan, pamahalaan at pakitungo sa kapwa. Bilang programa, kasama sa Alay para sa Katarungan ang mabuting pamamahala o good governance, isang halagang parte para sa panlipunang katarungan or social justice. Ang diin ng programa ay upang itaguyod at ipatupad ang dignidad o dangal at karapatan ng mga tao sa pamamagitan ng pakikilahok sa pamamahala. At gusto din nito mag-ambag para sa pagbabago ng struktura, sistema na kaaya-aya o conducive para sa ikabubuti ng nakararami.
Simula 2016, mahigit 500 social action workers na ang nabigyan ng Caritas Philippines Academy ng iba't ibang capacity development program. Katulong ang Development Academy of the Philippines at Future by Design Pilipinas. Nagawa natin ang 14-month certificate course na Lead to Heal Transformational Development Program. Sa pakikipag-partner natin sa Asian Social Institute, nagkaroon tayo ng masteral course on social services and development. Mahigit 15 modular courses din ang naisagawa natin kahit sa gitna ng COVID-19 pandemic. At Caritas Philippines Academy, we develop church leaders and professionals with a heart.
Caritas News on the Go, the Social Action Network's news and public affairs online show featuring national newsmakers and our team Caritas from the 85 social action centers nationwide. Live at Caritas Philippines social media channels, Fridays 9 to 10 o'clock in the morning. Caritas News on the Go. Welcome back to our program. You're still watching Caritas News on the Go. Earlier we talked with Caritas Australia and Caritas Indonesia. Now we have with us Caritas Española. So we are so lucky for this episode. Our friend from Spain, Martin Lago, is here with us now in Tuguegarao for a very special reason. Let's find out from him. Martin, welcome to Philippines again and welcome to the program.
Hello, buenos días.
Yes, buenos dias. Martin, this is you've been to the Philippines for how many times already?
I started working with Caritas Philippines since 2016, so I have been quite a few times.
Yes, correct. Okay, let's talk about the Convenio project, the reason why you are primarily here in the Philippines. Can you please tell us about what's the Convenio project, why are we doing this, what's this about? And of course, we would like to know how important this is for Caritas Spain and Caritas Philippines, especially that we are trying to strengthen our partnership with AECID and the Spanish government.
Thank you for the question. This the convenio is the product of many years of work together from Caritas Philippines and Caritas Spain. We have been partnering AECID, which is the Spanish cooperation, since several years, and we have already 3 projects successfully implemented from the Spanish cooperation. And this last is our pride, because we were awarded for the first time with a convenio, which is a big program, that the biggest program the Spanish cooperation does. So this will allow us to work for 4 years in 5 provinces of North Luzon. And in this project, 4 dioceses, I think 5 provinces.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you for the clarification, because we have been always using dioceses. Yeah.
Yeah.
And now
And,
you referred to it as provinces. Okay.
That's it. We have 8 municipalities and 12 barangays. So
Yeah.
we want to improve the life of the people as always, but this time we're targeting IP areas. We have a very strong focus on environmental issues and also IP culture. So in this project, we are going to strengthen the civil society of existing in the barangays, and we are trying to make the civil society collaborate with local government units. So we also improve the quality of governance and make people really empower people to make choices and work in a greener economy and in sustainable ways. I recently visited the area of the convenio, and it's a very rich in natural resources and natural beauties. You can see rivers, falls, forest. So it's a part of Philippines I didn't knew, because I was mostly in the south and central part, in Visayas and Mindanao, where we have the other project. So this time it was my first time in northern Luzon, and it's incredibly rich in culture. The people is very welcoming, and I am very happy to work here for 4 years more at least.
Yeah. And what insights are you getting, especially from our dioceses? So they are with us at the moment for the next several days still. So when you talked with them, share the plans, share the project with them, and then of course we also shared with them the processes that we took just to start off with the project. So what are you getting? What types of messages are you getting from them?
Well, the approach of Caritas is always to put the person in the center of the action. So we always try to improve the quality of life and make the person the center of the choice in order to achieve development. So the messages we are getting is there are many problems in these areas related to a lack of good governance. The people feel a little bit excluded from the development that the rest of the Philippines is experiencing, and we have noticed cases of malnutrition in children, lack of access to health services, even lack of access to proper food, and a very high level of poverty. And this is very sad, because we think that all these peoples are living in a way that is very sustainable and following traditions. So we think with a little help from our side and from the government, we will achieve maybe a different path of development, which is leading more into a greener economy, sustainable economy. We are promoting agroecology and also sustainable tourism initiatives, and also putting into value the culture of the local people, so they can improve livelihoods and achieve income. One of the biggest indicators or the achievements that we have in the project is to take out from poverty like 1,000 families. We're working at least with 2,000 families, and we expect half of them that actually live below 10,000 pesos per month to achieve this amount and be able to abandon the situation of poverty. So breaking the poverty cycle. And we want to do it in a sustainable way that is sustainable during the years, because maybe in 1 year you can achieve that, but the difficulty is to permanently stay out of that threshold and permanently improve the income of a family. And we will do it through improving livelihoods.
Correct. Martin, you've been designing and co-implementing programs and projects on that helps or hopes to develop the economy, the situation, general situation of the populations that we're helping. You've mentioned about concerns on poverty, ecological degradation, health and nutrition, and also employment. All this, do you think we can achieve in 4 years? I mean, with your experience working with the Caritas Philippines and our dioceses and with several of our communities, especially in the south, do you think that this can be achieved in 4 years?
Yes, I think a normal project normally has a period of time of 2 years, and this program is quite bigger, and I think 4 or 5 years is a very appropriate time to achieve permanent results, which are not possible in shorter projects. Consider we are working through capacitation and improving the capacities at local level and good governance. So the elements from our intervention are designed in a way that each one can reinforce the others. So we are working at the same time. We're working in good governance. We are improving the quality of the civil society, like the farmers associations and the women associations, and we are giving trainings and capacitation to individual members. So all together have like a synergy effect that can promote the economy in the area, can give opportunities to the younger people to remain there and to retain talent in the area and to start new social enterprises. So I think in 4 years a big change is going to happen.
Yeah, and that's also what we are hoping, especially now that our dioceses are almost ready to start implementing the project. Martin, in another matter, because we have been hearing you, I think you are the first ones at Caritas Spain to talk about fraternal cooperation, and mostly in the case of Green Luzon and other projects that we've co-implemented, it's always been the case, and we have been talking a lot about fraternal cooperation. Is this something that you are also at Caritas Spain level, that you also advocate with other CI member organizations, especially in Europe and America? And how do you think we are? Are we far from the objectives of fraternal cooperation, or we are getting there?
Well, fraternal cooperation is a way of working since many years, and this only the way we relate between Caritas members and the way we relate and we understand cooperation. So it's just establishing a relation with Caritas Filipino, between Caritas Philippines and Caritas Spain, as brothers. We avoid talking about donors and receivers or funding organizations and funded organizations. We are together, we share the common goal of improving the quality of life of the most vulnerable, fighting against injustice, and building a better world for everyone. So with this common objective, Caritas Philippines puts talent, puts workers, and a lot of heart. And we from Caritas Spain, we also try to put expertise and put all our will to contribute to this mission. So we are working together as a team, and this is fraternal cooperation, just respecting the subsidiarity principle of Caritas Philippines, in this case, to decide what to do or what not to do in Philippines, and also respect the horizontal relation at all levels. So we can talk individually, but nobody is above. We have not a hierarchical relation, but we discuss things as brothers. So this is it, and this is happening more and more in the international Caritas, the Confederation, and I think this is a model that is very popular, and I know many Caritas already implementing. I think we were successful, at least with Caritas Philippines. I don't know what you think.
Yeah, and thank you very much for also making sure that not only our capacities are, or not only funding, not only that you're providing funding for us, but also in making sure that whatever it is that you have is in terms of capacities and competences, we are also, that's also being shared with us. And for the last several years, this is what we have been trying to do also, in terms of transferring the skills, transferring the technologies to our dioceses, because that's how we see we can only develop and improve in terms of the provision of services to our community. So thank you very much for doing this with us, Martin. And last question, there was somebody who requested me to ask this question to you. What is it that you want most, or you would like you like most in the Philippines?
Okay, let me tell you that the learning is mutual, because I always go back from the Philippines with some learning, and during all these years, I think we accumulated a lot of lessons learned from our experience with Caritas Philippines. So in this relation we are learning continually, and Caritas Philippines is a very, very good source of learning for us. And what I like most of Philippines, I would say, is the people, because it's very welcoming, and I feel very, very comfortable each time I come. So thank you.
Yes. We always try to do our best, Martin, to make sure that whatever it is that we because it's a mutual relationship, the giving and caring, and then giving and receiving. So we always would like to have that also in terms of putting our end of the bargain in whatever thing that we do. So yeah, thank you very much, Martin, for this opportunity. I am always happy to have you, David, and other colleagues from Caritas Spain, especially coming to the Philippines. So thank you very much, and we are hoping to see you again more, especially as we start to implement the Green Luzon project in Isabela, Baguio, Tuguegarao, and Tabuk dioceses. Again, thank you very much, Martin.
Thank you very much. Salamat.
Yes, and salamat, and we hope we pray for your safe travels back to Madrid in the coming days. But before that, of course, you will be meeting first with Father Tony and Bishop Colin for several things other than the Convenio project. Again, thank you very much. This is Caritas News on the Go.
Caritas News on the Go, the Social Action Network's news and public affairs online show featuring national newsmakers and our team Caritas from the 85 social action centers nationwide, live at Caritas Philippines social media channels, Fridays 9 to 10 o'clock in the morning. Caritas News on the Go.
Sa patuloy ninyong pagmamalasakit, pagbabahagi at pag-alay kapwa, may napakain tayong 1,757 individuals na nanggagaling sa 300 families from Luzon, Visayas at Mindanao. Ang pamilya program ay hindi lang po natin bubusugin ang tiyan ng ating mga tinutulungan, mga pamilya, kung hindi, bubusugin din natin ang kanilang isip at puso. Dahil sa pamilya feeding program, ang mga kapamilya na tinutulungan natin ay lumalalim ang kanilang pananampalataya, pakipag-ugnayan sa kapwa at pagmamalasakit sa lipunan. Nang dahil sa inyo, ang mga kapwa natin ay nabusog, nabigyan ng pag-asa at may maliwanag na bukas. Through pamilya programs, stomachs are fed, hearts are full, souls are nourished. Taos-puso kaming nagpapasalamat sa lahat ng mga kapamilya natin na nagmalasakit, nagbahagi at nag-alay kapwa.
Bagyo, lindol, volcanic eruption, pagbaha, at iba pang mga delubyo at kalamidad. Ilan lamang ito sa mga hirap na kinakaharap natin dala ng climate emergency at planetary crisis. O marahil, dala ng ating kapabayaan. Dahil pinayagan natin ang walang puknat na pagmimina, illegal logging at quarrying, coal at fossil fuel operations. Sinira natin ang karagatan dahil sa basura at illegal fishing. Maging ang ating coral reef ay namamatay na rin. Subalit may pag-asa pa kung tayo ay magtutulungan. Ipagtanggol natin ang karapatan ng kalikasan. Ipaglaban natin ang ating nag-iisang tahanan. Samahan ninyo kami sa Caritas Philippines sa ating pag-aalay sa kalikasan.
Caritas News on the Go, the Social Action Network's news and public affairs online show featuring national newsmakers and our team Caritas from the 85 social action centers nationwide, live at Caritas Philippines social media channels, Fridays 9 to 10 o'clock in the morning. Caritas News on the Go. There are so many ecological campaigns happening now in the Philippines that we would like to share with you. Around 300 Dumagat Remontado indigenous people and a network of groups of farmers, fisher folks, residents and activists have joined the 148-kilometer protest march called Alay Lakad Laban sa Kaliwa Dam, culminated in Malacanang last February 23 in hopes to persuade President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. to put a halt on the project. According to Bishop Jose Colin Bagaforo, Caritas Philippines President, we are one with our indigenous people's call to permanently stop the construction of the China-funded Kaliwa Dam, which will only bring damage to the environment and displace the indigenous peoples from their ancestral lands. He also added that, as we have stated previously, development should be inclusive and should not sacrifice the common good in the name of progress. What is the use of development if we are going to destroy nature and sacrifice our indigenous peoples who are known to be the stewards of environment? In the face of a rising climate emergency, we call on the government, especially the Department of Environment and Natural Resources and the Office of the President, to prioritize ecologically sustainable solutions to the water crisis in Manila. We support the plight of our indigenous peoples and uphold the rights of nature. The people of Brooks Point in Palawan also initiated a barricade to protest the ongoing operation of Ipilan Nickel Corporation. According to Vice Mayor Mary Jane de Los Angeles, despite the order from the Department of Interior and Local Government, they will continue to barricade as the Department of Environment and Natural Resources is also yet to act on their complaints against the mining company. Caritas Philippines and the Apostolic Vicariates of Taytay and Puerto Princesa, together with the other civil society organizations, have issued their support or our support for the people of Brooks Point in defending the country's last frontier. The Rights of Nature movement will be having our General Assembly on March 21 to 23rd. All of our diocesan social action centers are requested to attend.
Mula sa Simbahan Katoliko at Caritas Philippines.
Mula sa 85 Diocesan Social Action Centers sa buong bansa at mula sa libu-libong mga komunidad at mga pamilyang Pilipino.
Ang aming taos-pusong pasasalamat sa inyong pag-aalay kapwa.
Caritas News on the Go, the Social Action Network's news and public affairs online show featuring national newsmakers and our team Caritas from the 85 social action centers nationwide. Live at Caritas Philippines social media channels, Fridays 9 to 10 o'clock in the morning. Caritas News on the Go.